Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. I spent 1 week with the iPhone 16 Pro Max after upgrading from my 15 Pro Max, and here are my thoughts. But I plan on doing a full comparison between these two devices in the future. But for now, let's get right into it. Let's kick it off with the part that most people care about, and that's the cameras. Some improvements Apple made this year is upgrading to a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 5 times telephoto camera. Here's a camera comparison between the 16 Pro Max and the 15 Pro Max. Do you see a difference? Let me know in the comments down below because I personally don't. This is 4K 30 with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I've got a lot of wind, so you'll be able to hear if there's any significant wind noise. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. And then we're going to try to zoom in on that box over there. We're going to do 2 times, 5 times. I really like the smooth zoom of this. And we're going to zoom all the way in. That's 14 times digital zoom. Back out to 2, 1, into 5, back to 1. 0.5 wide angle, and then back to 1. Shooting 4K 30 with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Gonna go left to right. Keep going over here. Got some wind in the background, not as much as when I filmed the 16 Pro Max, to be honest, but we'll go over here. And we're gonna zoom in on that box again. Here comes some wind. You got 2 times, 5 times, and then optical, interesting, 15 times. The 16 Pro Max had 14 times. Not sure how much of a difference that makes. I'll have to look in post. Back to 1, into 5, to 2, 1, and then 0.5, back to 1. I'm in the back of a golf cart, so you get the idea of the stabilization going through a tunnel, so you might hear some noise difference. Okay, and if I remember this route right, we're about to hit a very steep incline. I'm hoping that I do not fall off of the golf cart, but here I go. It's probably coming up here soon, and there it is. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. So that gives you an idea of stabilization. That was an insanely bumpy ride, so hopefully the stabilization could pick that up. I'm in the back of a golf cart, so you get an idea of the stabilization going through a tunnel, so you might hear some noise difference. Okay. And if I remember this route right, we're about to hit a very steep incline. I'm hoping that I do not fall off of the golf cart, but here I go. It's probably coming up here soon, and there it is. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh man. Okay. Oh jeez. So that gives you an idea of stabilization. That was an insanely bumpy ride, so hopefully the stabilization could pick that up. What about the new camera control feature? I don't think this is a feature that is at all worth it for you to upgrade from your 15 Pro Max, but I do like having the option to quickly open my camera. But I mean, you could already do that via shortcuts paired with the action button. So, I mean, I don't know. Not only that, but when you are using it, it doesn't feel that nice. It's kind of glitchy and it's not very intuitive. I find it much easier to simply use my on-screen camera controls that we've always had. It's both a button and a touch sensitive button. So when you click it, you go into your camera application If you lightly press it twice, you're able to switch between settings just by sliding with your finger like a trackpad, such as your zoom control, your exposure control, the depth of field, your styles, and your tone. Lightly pressing it once will allow you then to adjust whichever camera setting you selected, and you can just use your finger to slide up and down to adjust it. Is it cool? Yeah, I guess. Is anyone going to actually use it? I'm pretty doubtful. I wouldn't be surprised if they remove this from the 17 Pro Max, to be completely honest. Maybe my opinion will change as I use it more, but for now, I don't really like it. Now, getting into the overall build, it has the same incredible build quality as before. The same titanium frame and beautiful matte glass. They took away the blue this year, which I really liked, for a desert titanium, which is nice, but I opted for the natural titanium with zero regrets. You still get corny made glass front and back with Apple's ceramic shield technology, except this year it's supposedly 50% stronger than previous generations. I guess we'll see. I'm not going to be drop testing this thing. And it is very slightly larger than the 15 Pro Max, but you won't be able to notice. Here are the dimensions for you to compare. Overall, it's built great. Feels very nice in the hand. I just wish we would have got a new design. I feel like I have been using the same phone since the iPhone 12. The display is absolutely beautiful, just like previous generations, and brightness is fine too, but I wish they had upgraded from the 2000 nits of peak brightness to 3000 nits or more of peak brightness. It's something that's very important to me since I live in Florida and the sun here is insanely bright. One appreciated benefit is the reduced size of the bezels, which is nice. I'll be honest though, they didn't really bug me in the 15 Pro Max, but it's still nice to see. So overall, really the only change was the reduction of bezel size very slightly, going from an 89.8% screen to body ratio to a 91.4%. Very slight, but yes, noticeable. Now to the battery life. To me, this was the biggest improvement this year. I am getting incredible battery life with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I am regularly getting between 11 and 12 hours of screen on time, and that's with using the cameras and watching content at an average to high brightness. It looks like Apple increased the battery size from 4,441 milliamp hours on the previous to a 4,674 milliamp hour battery, and factor that in with a new chip that is also more efficient. Yeah, the battery life is pretty incredible. And what also continues to be incredible is the performance. This year you have a new chip, the A18 Pro, but I mean, is it really that much of an upgrade? According to Geekbench 6, it's about 13% increase on a single core score and 10% increase on the multi-core score. Will you notice it in real world use? I mean, if you're upgrading from an iPhone 15 Pro Max, absolutely not. It's fast and smooth for pretty much anything you throw at it. This phone shipped with iOS 18, which is great. It gives you a lot of new customization features and new iMessage features and more. They finally brought scheduled messages that Android has had for many years, and they also added new things like the cool new flashlight features and overall look, and the gaming mode that shuts off background processes to improve performance while you're gaming. But all the cool AI features that were in the keynote won't be here until iOS 18.1, which is expected to come sometime in October. I could download the developer beta and get the AI features, but I feel like the average person picking up the new 16 series of phones won't be doing that. I wish it shipped with everything talked about in the keynote, but it is what it is. The software overall is a huge upgrade over the previous versions, and I hope Apple continues to increase ways we can customize our phones. So that's my 1 week review of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Is it great? Definitely. Is it worth the upgrade over the iPhone 15 Pro Max? I'll have to have a dedicated comparison video coming to talk about that, but for how I feel about it right now, I really don't think so. Keep your iPhone 15 Pro Max and wait for the 17 to see what it offers. Thank you for watching, hit the like button down below and subscribe for more, and I will see all of you next time.